All right, let's start the recording in 3, 2, 1. All right, kids. It's that time. It's the time for a new campaign, and we're starting off with we're starting our Mutants and Masterminds campaign now. This week we're joined by 3 of the 4 players who are going to be playing in the campaign. My friend Eric. Say hi to Eric.
I'm here.
Eric, who are you playing?
I'm playing Dr. Archibald Renton Arcane. Or Dr. Archibald Renton Kane, but everyone calls him Dr. Arcane.
Excellent. And we'll get to what you do a bit later. We're joined by Nick Time Freeman. Nick, what are you playing today?
Hey, hello. I am playing Errant, whose civilian name is Tristan Holt.
All right. And we're also joined by Liam Arclight. What's your last name, Liam?
It's Roberts, because his name is Androbot, because he's incredibly unimaginative, but he has large enough imagination to believe he is an android.
He's not actually an android, but he thinks he is.
Yes.
Oh, dear. Well, we found our dose of wacky, folks.
That's great. Okay.
All right, so this campaign is taking place in Star City, Delaware. I wrote up a campaign doc a while back, which long story short, it used to be Delaware City until it got badly smooshed in the 60s when Atlantis invaded. They rebuilt it and renamed it Star City in honor of the Apollo program successfully landing on the moon. It was then again smooshed, it was then badly wrecked in the 80s by a battle between 2 very powerful supervillains and the local heroes. This led to various bits of tomfoolery, the vigilante laws being enforced, a lot of heroes leaving, and eventually villainy starting to creep back into the city. And recently, the mayor, basically the chief of police has said, we're increasingly unable to deal with the supervillain menace. Also, I'm up for re-election soon. Maybe we should start relaxing laws on superheroes so that they will actually come back. There's some other bits of important details which are in the Google Doc, which someone has posted, which Neocheck very nicely posted in the chat there. I will post a link to that in the comment section on the blog where you find this recording. Not in the comment section, but right below the video of this. So at any rate, you are all in the lovely city of Star City doing whatever it is you do in your non-heroing time at the moment. It is midsummer. It is, say, early afternoon. A couple of questions for each of you about your characters. I assume you guys did read the background doc, correct?
Yes, a while back.
Yes.
Okay, first question for all of you guys. Who of you are actually registered? As
I am.
You are registered. Okay, I figured you would be.
I probably didn't realize I needed to be registered at first.
I think I'm in the same case as that one, yeah.
So Dr. Arcane has not registered yet. Are you planning on it?
Yes. In fact, I'm probably on my way to do so.
All right, you're on your way down to actually the fairly recently opened NSEA office, the National Superhuman Enforcement Agency, basically the FBI equivalent for dealing with supervillains. Awesome. At this point, we're going to start things off a little bit in media res. All of you, or whatever you're currently doing, so that's what you're doing, Eric. Nick, what are you doing?
Right.
What time of day is it?
What's the etiquette for this? Should I show up in costume?
That's a good question.
That's actually a really good question that I hadn't thought about.
Just got spandex.
Just do it anyway. Like everyone will be there in like their dress shirts and suits and really nice dresses to look all proper, and you're in your tech robes or whatever it is.
Honestly, I don't think there's actually particularly etiquette. I think it depends on the person who's doing it. I'd imagine most people show up in their costume identity just so they can, if they want to protect their identity, they can. From your prying eyes.
I want to register with Superman. Oh, shit.
So you're on your way down there. Nick, what are you doing? It's early afternoon.
I guess I'll be out on patrol.
All right. And Arclight, what are you up to?
I believe that I will be also going to register.
All right. So you've decided that I probably should register. I actually have superpowers. I'm an
Yes.
android. I should register.
Yes.
This unit is not registered.
All right. On the plus side, so this is one thing that you'll note. The NSEA office is on Federal Street in Star City, Federal Avenue, I think. Which is it? Federal Avenue. Sorry. So you guys are currently on Federal Avenue.
Sent out to you?
Hmm?
Did you get the email I sent to you last night?
Yes, I did.
Okay, cool. Never mind.
So you were on Federal Avenue, the two of you. Nick, you happen to be patrolling in that same general area at the time.
What a coincidence.
What a coincidence. When you all of a sudden, I'm not going to make you roll for this because it is not remotely subtle, here off in the distance, you're not entirely sure where, you know that's the sound that a bottle rocket makes when it's launching?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Imagine it's sort of in reverse and deeper and louder.
Huh. Okay.
Oh dear.
Coming from somewhere off in the distance, followed by the ground shaking.
Oh dear.
Sort of boom.
It's a T-Rex.
If you look off in the direction you think it came from, you can give me a perception check.
All right. Let's see here. Perception.
Assuming there's a perception skill in this, I forget.
There is an
in general
intellect-
perception.
awareness. That's the one.
That's what it
Yeah,
is. Yes, awareness
no.
check. That will work.
So how is that calculated? Is it just a plus bonus based on what that is?
I believe it is. There are some where you add.
This is not a skill. Otherwise, I'd have it.
Should be in your character sheet somewhere. Something like honestly, I don't. Let me look at the rulebook here. Let's look at the character sheet.
Perception. There we go.
Yeah, there is a perception skill.
Oh yeah, perception. Mine is +7 actually. So
It comes from your awareness, but I think awareness is also used for stuff like insight.
Yeah, I think you're right. So, all right. So Arclight rolled a
25. Is a
you rolled a d20 times 9 there, Eric.
No, that's how.
Yeah, that's legit. That's weird.
+9. That's
There we go, an 18. And okay, we have
I
a
see it.
perceptive group here, actually. All right, so you are all able to look off into the distance, and it looks like off towards Armstrong Park, which is a good ways off, you can see what looks like the very faint sort of after image of a streak of light coming down from the sky towards the ground.
Streak of light. Okay.
it's the after image you said.
It's almost
As
like
if something has landed there.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I will ride towards it then.
All right,
And
so
I shall do the same.
okay, you guys are head towards the general
I
area.
really should register, but well, oh well, I'll do it later. I'll fly off in that
I'm
direction.
already dressed up. I mean, what's the harm?
So the three of you are moving towards Armstrong Park. When you hear sort of, some people running towards you, sort of going, "Oh God, ah!" fleeing towards you, down the street towards you on Federal Avenue.
Is this another alien invasion? I swear those happen every week.
And we will go to moving you to the current map. And be down the southern part of the street there. If you want to, you can. Let me. I'll copy it. I'll make things a bit easier for Eric here.
The civilian is a little girl with a wally pop.
To answer someone in the chat's asking, what level do you start at? We started at power level 10, which is the sort of default assumption. So Nick, if you want to copy your token over.
Yeah.
And as you sort of see the it's not like a crowd, it's just a few people running and screaming because it's not that. But you see advancing towards you two large metallic forms that look honestly kind of insectoid. They look like large beetles sort of running along the ground. Except they got these sort
almost as though they were Beetlebot 2
well, yeah.
and Beetlebot 1.
That's just something to keep track of. The way to keep track of. But the art was generously done by was nicely done for me by Dark Volt. Thank you, Dark Volt.
Oh, sweet.
He did a drawing of my character as well. In fact, it kind of backwardsly influenced the creation of the character too.
So you see them. They look like that actually. They're insectoid. They've got sort of a little horn thing. They've got six legs sort of running along the ground. They've got these little sort of things mounted on their backs that sort of twitch about like sort of like turrets.
Lovely.
And people are running in terror from them because they're kind of big and scary.
All right.
And as you're approaching, the robots sort of stop, sort of they're sort of antennae type things. They got little sort of antennae things sort of start twitching. They sort of look over towards you, and you can hear sort of a weird buzzing noise from the two of them. And then they slowly start advancing towards you.
Okay.
All right, then.
So at this point, you know what time it is, folks?
Initiative time.
Indeed. All right. There we go. So, if you right-click on your token, Eric, after you roll initiative, a 15. Very nice. So if you right-click on your token, Eric,
Yeah.
there'll be a thing called initiative. You go in there, go to the sort of side menu that comes off it, and go to set initiative. Yep.
Gotcha.
And if you want to take a look at the initiative list, if you go into window, there's an initiative window you can check off to bring it up. And I have to roll for the bad guys. All right. And okay. You just type in your result, Eric, not the roll,
Well,
not the command.
Just one question. In regards to ranged, what is the ranged on ranged?
that's a good question.
It should be within. If it's medium range, it's 50, I believe.
Which is each square is 5 feet. So yeah, 10 squares is 50 feet would be 10 squares.
And then each one after that, I believe, doubles it. So short range is 25. Excuse me. Long range is to 100, and so on.
That sounds about right.
And then if you have something, depending on the shape of an area you have, area effects vary.
Yep. All right, so Dr. Arcane, you are first.
All right. I will move to that location.
All right, so your fly move is 8. Is 40 feet.
My fly power is at 5, I believe.
It should tell you how far you can fly and around in there somewhere. Oh, wow. Flight 5 is really fast.
Ah, you found it, did you?
900 feet per round. Yeah, you can move there.
If you want to.
Zoom!
I'm like, holy crap, really?
I was unaware it was that fast. All right.
Well, you can fly at 60 miles an hour, so...
All right, cool.
I mean,
And,
I'll double check things later, but you can fly basically there. I'll have to look at the... Your ground movement would be, a standard move for you on ground would be 6 squares, 30 feet.
At which point I'll announce Dudley, I don't suppose you're friendly. And I'll hold my actual attack. That's all possible.
Okay, so you're ready an attack you'll ready an action to attack them if they do something aggressive, I take it.
Yes.
Got it. Errant.
Let's see. Well, I see that they're... I see things that look like turrets twitching about, right?
Yep.
All right. Well, let's see. How far can I move? All right. I will dismount from my motorcycle, and I will move to the left, to right here. 5, 6. And let's see. I'm guessing that this can be used as cover.
Absolutely, it's a car.
So what I will do is I will also ready an action. I will ready my crossbow barrage, so that if they step within range, which is to basically within 60 feet, so 10 squares, then I will...
Squares, but yeah.
Oh, right. Duh. I think I can do math. So... let's see. That should be... basically to around... Oh, crap. That's right around there. It's if they step to within that, I will fire.
Okay.
And that's it for me.
All right. Androbot.
So how far can I move?
Base move for a normal person is 6 squares per standard per move action.
Then I will go here.
Yep.
And ready an attack at Beetlebot 2.
In case it closes. Okay.
Yes.
What are you armed with, out of curiosity?
I have like a kind of like a blaster shotgun type thing. It's like energy based.
Okay. All right. Well, unsurprisingly, the bots are aggressive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It will advance to there. All right. Let's see. So it's 17 away from Nick. 14 from...
So I don't get it off.
All right. It's going to open up on Dr. Arcane since you're closest.
Right.
It's going to open up with its... Ooh, does it want to do that or does it want to use the other one?
Doesn't want to do any of those things. I'm adorable.
Now, it's
You are
debating
too
whether
adorable.
it's debating whether it wants to use its area effect attack and try to catch both you and Androbot, or if it's just going to shoot at one of you. It's just going to shoot at you, Eric.
All right.
It's going to open up with its blaster cannon. Blam. So, it rolls an 18 to hit.
All right.
What is your defense? And it's the DC is 10 plus your defense, if I remember correctly.
Right.
My defense?
So yes,
Is
your
it
dodge.
like my dodge?
Your dodge,
Yes.
yes. This
Which
is a
would be
range.
6. So, yeah, probably hit.
All right. So now it's a matter of if your toughness can resist the damage.
So you roll a d20 plus your toughness, and you're trying to against DC 25.
Because it's damage 15 plus the rank.
Yep. And how much you pass or how much if you failed, how much fail by matters. You pass with flying colors.
Yeah.
It has no effect on you.
Hooray, magic power and armor.
16. Oh, your defense is 6? I thought your defense was 14, Eric. Your toughness is 14.
Oh, I mistyped that. I'm sorry.
Okay,
It's
that's fine.
14.
A
Still
31.
make it, I mean.
A 31 still passes with flying colors. So yes, the energy bolt from the thing slams into Dr. Arcane's arcane magic armor and sort of fizzles out. You can take your ready to action now, Eric.
I think I shall also blast him.
Yep. So what are you doing?
I'm going to blast him with an arcane blast.
All right.
Oh, I sucked.
Well, you rolled a 1. That will not hit. It would never hit, even if his defense was even worse than it is.
Congratulations, I managed to ground it into my own armor.
Yep.
That's what I get for wearing a prototype.
All right, so your turn will come before his, since you ready in action. I think that's how it works. Yeah. All right, Beetlebot 2 goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Beetlebot 2 will do something a little bit different. It's going to open up with its mortar blast. So it's going to lob a shell.
You gotta love a seashell.
I think it's this big, if I remember correctly. Ah. There we go. I believe that is the correct size for a basic area effect attack, which is
Significant.
Explosive blast is 30-foot radius. So yeah.
Luckily, it just barely misses the hobo at the top left.
All right, so it launches a mortar shell out 30. It's a shell. It lands. It explodes. It'll be a damage 7 effect to anybody it hits. Dr. Arcane, that'll hit you.
Yeah, it hits me with my whole 16 defense.
It manages to miss Androbot somehow, and hits the car, but won't damage the car much. All right, so you have to make a toughness save, Eric, against DC 22. You're fine.
Okay.
Again, the armor just soaks it up like as if it wasn't there.
Apparently, I made my character a lot tougher than I intended.
Well, you're rolling very well.
That too.
It will never last.
All right, the car takes some damage, but other than that, it's fine. So the car,
property damage is completely unacceptable.
bam, the car gets slammed to the side. It's dented and the glass breaks and such, but it still drives.
Does the alarm go off and annoy everyone?
Absolutely. Tweet, tweet,
It's just uncalled for, sir.
Tweet, tweet. Eric, it's your turn.
All right, since they didn't step into range, I will step into my range anyway. So I will move over here.
Yep.
And since I can't reach them with my my sword yet, I will lay down barrage from my crossbow. So this is an area effect that is a 60-foot cone. It has a range of 60 feet, and it opens up from me, and by the edge, it will be more than wide enough to get both of them.
Okay.
So this is a weakening effect. Not a weakening effect. It's an affliction. So since it's an area, first they get a dodge check against it to have the effect.
Oh, that's how that works. I did that wrong. I think I did it wrong with those two, but whatever.
Well, they look to be kind of weak anyway. So I mean, by comparison to us.
Yes.
But so the total is, if I got this right, it should be 22 first to dodge in order to have that, and then against fortitude in order to resist it.
All right. So their dodge,
So one dodges.
and the other...
Wow, good rolls.
Yeah.
So instead,
Ninja bots.
I believe it has the rank. So the fortitude will instead be against 16.
All right, and their fort is... Let me double check this. I didn't punch that in. Hang on. Oh, I remember what the fort is. Never mind. I remember their fort. All right. So Beetlebot 1, Beetlebot 2. I think they shrug it off.
Yeah. Unfortunately, they both made the dodge checks, which I was kind of counting on them not being able
Well,
to.
with their dodge of 6?
It's like, it's only a 25% chance for each. No way they're gonna. Oh my god!
So yes,
as they both take out ninja headbands and put them on.
Wow.
All right, so because I used the ability, even though it did absolutely nothing, it has fading because I've. So it's the if I try to use that again during this fight, it will be 1 rank lower.
Okay.
But I don't think I'm going to bother with that now that we're closing the distance.
All right.
And since I have quick draw, I will use a free action to go ahead and draw my sword.
Alrighty. Androbot.
I will go over here.
Yeah.
And shoot my gun at Beetlebot 2. Which, as I said, is like a shotgun energy based. And that is... Boom!
Yeah, you hit. So what's the damage on this?
Range damage 10.
The plus 12?
I don't know how all this works. Basically.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't look too carefully at your character. Unfortunately, I was busy doing other stuff. So it should be a plus... basically, the sum of your accuracy and your damage should be 20 or less. So if the accuracy goes to 12, the damage would be 8 or, etc. Max.
I don't get it. I'm dumb.
It's okay, don't worry about it. But we'll roll with the 10 for now. We'll help you work on the character afterwards. This is just the learning the combat system. So the robot has to resist DC 25.
Mm-hmm.
He fails by...
That's 2 degrees.
2 degrees. Yep. So that is... I forget. Let me get the right... Oh, that's the wrong thing. I don't have this stupid thing open. Arg.
Yeah, for all those of you who are watching who are not familiar with it, Mutants and Masterminds does not use hit points. Instead, it uses different degrees of failure in order to resist different effects. For damage, it's the first degree of failure is that your resistance will actually go down. So basically, you wear down over time, even if you only take a small amount of damage. 2 degrees of failure, according to this, is the target is dazed until the end of their next turn and has a -1 penalty to further checks against damage.
Thank you. So that was Beetlebot 2.
That is Beetlebot 2, yes.
So -1 daze. All right, just noting that down. So he gets 1 action on his next turn, if I remember correctly. Either standard or move. All right, that ends the turn of Androbot. Dr. Arcane, you are up.
I see no reason to move at all. I'll just continue hovering there, and I'll blast Beetlebot 2 for being very rude and ungentlemanly.
A 16 will hit.
Excellent.
Exactly. Because
It's
they're not
rank
particularly
12
dodgy.
magical blast. It's dimensional in case they're out of phase or something.
They're not. So it's rank 12, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Good luck, bot. It succeeds.
Holy crap.
No, that's one that's -1. That still succeeds exactly. So your arcane blast arcs out, slams into it, and sort of cascades off the metallic armor of the robot as it sort of staggers about a little bit.
How very frustrating.
Yeah, well.
No, I'm wondering that my character mutters that.
Yeah, I know. Beetlebot 1 will continue advancing.
Yes, get closer.
Yeah, it doesn't realize how bad an idea this is, dude. It's going to open up on Errant there, who's got a little bit of cover.
All right. I'm not sure how cover works in this game.
It gives you the amount of cover you have adjusts the DC by 2, I think. So.
Okay, so this would push my dodge if he's going to attack me to 24.
Yeah, it's not going to hit you.
Sweet Jeebus.
Woof. Yeah, the bolt just sort of zips by you and sort of, takes a chunk out of this building back here behind you. All right, and Beetlebot 2 is dazed, so it can only get 1 action. It is not happy with Androbots. It's going to shoot at Androbot. He's going to fire his blaster cannon. Somehow I think an 11 won't hit your dodge DC.
So how does days work?
My dodge is 9. So
Yeah, so it would need to hit a 19.
So how does days work in this game?
Dazed. That's a good question. I will look it up here.
So according to the rules, he'll be out of it as soon as his turn's done. But
Yes. Let me just... on. A dazed character is limited to 3 actions and a single standard action per round. Although the character may use that action before move. As usual, stunned supersedes dazed.
okay, so he could get the attack up but not move.
Right.
Basically. All right. Cool.
So instead of moving, it sort of and misses. Errant, you're up.
All right. Since he's stepped into range, I will step forward and engage, and I will open up with my honorable assault. So basically, this is just me slashing with my sword a whole bunch. This is the default thing that I do. It can do a bunch of other tricks, but this is where I can actually deal damage, basically. So this is plus 12 versus his parry. So yeah. And since I hit, it has multi-attack. So
Ooh.
because of the amounts that I succeed by 2 degrees, it pushes the DC of the resistance up by 2? Let me double check it. It's very important that we get all this shit right the first time.
Exactly, so that we keep doing it right going forward.
Okay, multi-attack, the rule is... if I can find the stupid extra. All right. A single target for 2 degrees of success, since I succeeded by 9. By 9. That's 2 degrees of success. If I got one more, it would be 3 or more.
Yep.
So it pushes up the resistance check DC by 2. So the normal damage I would get would be 18, and this pushes it up to 20.
All right.
I'm sorry, it's plus 15, not plus 10. So it would be he has to make 25.
Gotta make a DC 25. Okay.
Yes.
He fails by
2 degrees. 2 degrees.
2 degrees. So he is dazed. He is also dazed. He is now dazed. The other one is not. But he's got -1 to his future rolls. He's dazed. All right. Androbot.
I'll do the same thing as before because I have no idea what I'm doing, and I'll shoot at Beetlebot 2
Okay.
with my gun.
You hit.
I like how 2 guys here have these superhero names that little kids will be able to repeat. Dr. Arcane! Androbot! What the hell's an errant?
What does errant mean? What? I don't get it, Mom.
All right, you hit the robot. You hit the Beetlebot. It will attempt to save. Actually, it should be 9, but even with -1, that will shrug it off. Yep. All right. So your blast sort of slams into its armor and sort of skitters about a bit and sort of skitters back to its feet and sort of stabilizes, and it's ready to keep going. Dr. Arcane, you are up.
I said go down. Well, that hits.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
nice.
That hits by a lot. Unfortunately,
And again, it's a rank 12.
Yep. So rank 12. This is actually +9. Oh dear Lord!
Oh dear.
John.
You just blew it away. It failed by what?
That's 4 degrees, I
That's
think.
4 degrees. That's auto out. That's auto incapacitated.
Yeah, that's incapacitated, yeah.
Yep. So your
Fire underneath the canopy.
so your bolt of energy slams into the robot. It staggers back a bit, and it just smoke starts pouring out of it, and it just sort of collapses onto the ground, and you see its eyes sort of grow dark, and it shuts down.
All right.
Beetlebot 1 goes. It is not too pleased with you there. You are close. So it is going to attempt to use its claws on you as it sort of rears up, and it reveals it's these 2 huge scything talons on the front of its chassis. And it tries to lay into you. And it doesn't even come close. On errand.
Nice.
Your dodge is what?
My parry is 14, so he missed by 7.
Yeah, not even close. You parry the huge scything claws. Ting, 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 ting. Yeah, whatever, robot. Aaron, you're up again.
All right.
All right. So, how
No,
does shooting
Aaron.
into close
Aaron.
combat?
This is going. I
Aaron.
was just thinking
Sorry.
this is going to be confusing when you say errant or Eric. So.
Okay, Nick.
That's why I thought you said arc earlier, so that's why.
Okay,
I understood.
I will call you by names.
Cool.
Nick, you're up.
All right. So I will do the same thing as before. So this is 1d20 plus 12. So let's just make sure I got it. Yep. All right. I miss.
My God, it's full of stars.
That seems to be like the only reason that they're surviving at this point is because we're rolling 1s and they're rolling 20s on resistances.
Yeah, pretty much. They're not. These aren't designed to be particularly nasty. Enderbot.
I will move up here, and kablamo!
Okay, that hits.
Yeah, that hits. Okay, so DC 10. All right.
Okay. So
So DC 25.
that's failure by 3 degrees.
Yep.
And that means
All right, so that is... I believe that is staggered, at least.
bad stuff.
Yeah.
If the target is staggered again, then he gets the 4th degree of the effect.
Yep, so he's staggered. All right, so
Another
he's at a further -1 to his rolls.
Yes. Yes.
All right, to his defenses. Dr. Arcane, you are up.
All right. So, how does shooting into close combat work here? Is this something I need to worry about? Or should I just drop a car on it? Because I can do that too.
What? Honestly, I don't know. God.
I prefer not to cause property damage to someone's car because I'd feel compelled to pay for that. But
Again, this is sorry to people who are watching. I apologize. We're still learning the system, so
We're noobs.
Peter and I are probably the most experienced people here, and we're still going like, what does that mean?
They talk about degrees of failure, and I'm like, oh shit. If you're gonna drop a car, you may as well make it the one that's already dented. I mean,
Yeah.
insurance. Is a superhero insurance? Like,
There's
there's acts
not-
of God and acts of
Well, I
Dr.
assume that
Arcane.
being registered helps out with that.
It would. Unfortunately.
Unfortunately for you guys.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I can't come to work today. Someone threw my car at a beetle.
A beetle. It was a giant robot beetle. You're fired.
Oh, right, the whole alien invasion thing.
Oh yeah, that thing. Oh, sorry. You're fired.
What? All right.
You know what? I'll just make things simple. I'll just shoot it.
Okay.
If you were to use an area effect on something, those are not ally-friendly unless they specifically have the selective extra.
Ah, gotcha.
But single target stuff, I think, is supposed to be fine.
I think you're right, actually. For the very simple
So-
reason that this is a superhero game.
Right.
Yeah.
So you hit.
All right. +8. It fails by 1.
So that means it's got a further -1 to
Yep.
damage resistance.
-3.
All right. So
What does
and now he
Stagger do?
goes. He is staggered. Is a combination of dazed and hindered. So he is dazed, meaning he can only take one standard action, and hindered means that his movement speed is halved.
Lovely. All right. Well, I can only take one action. It'll again try to lay into Errant with his claws.
All right.
Actually, no. I think it's actually achieved most of its mission at this point. So yes. So what it does is it raises its claws up Errant, and then slams them down to the ground, and it starts burrowing into the ground with surprising rapidity.
Okay.
Hey.
Its movement speed is halved. Let's get it.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's going much slower than it really wants to be going.
Now for my escape. 5 feet through the dirt per second.
It's fairly quick through the dirt, but not that fast.
He grabs a spoon and starts digging.
Yeah, actually, here's the frightening thing: it burrows as fast as you guys can, as a normal person can move. But 2, 3. So it's underground over there.
Property damage. Look at all that damage to asphalt.
Okay. What kind of defense does being underground give it then?
Well, it's hard to sort of do a melee attack to it.
Yeah, I
from the
kind of
surface.
imagine.
But there's this wonderful little hole in the ground that you can follow.
Yeah,
through.
I was thinking, yeah. All right, well, I guess that makes it Androbot's turn.
Yep. So yes, let me just do a quick thing here.
Oh, I'm sorry I couldn't come to work today. There was a 10-foot pothole in the road.
I mean, I would have tried to drive over it, but I think I would have fallen in and ended up in like some sort of underground lair.
I would have ended up in China.
So you're saying it went through the core of the Earth's crust?
Well, you know how this works. There's usually some sort of wormhole or something at the bottom of it.
So that is the hole where it dug its way into the ground.
So is it like an angle?
Yeah, basically. It's not like a straight drop. So it was basically fully submerged where it is right here, but it takes a little while to get down to the depth it's at. But you think you could drop into the hole and shoot after it if you'd like.
Is it my go? Who
Yes,
goes?
it's your turn. Oh, sorry. Oh no, it's Aaron's turn. My bad. I'm an idiot.
So
Aaron goes before
I
I
will
go.
jump in the hole.
Yep.
And I will engage him.
All right.
Boom!
Oh, yeah, that hits.
All right, so that is 3 degrees of success, so the toughness DC goes up by a full 5.
Oh, dear.
So this
Sweet
is going
Jeebus.
to... So this is, for him, he has to make 28. Same roll.
Right, so he can't actually succeed at this currently.
But, I mean, okay, so that is 1 more degree of failure, so he is dazed again.
Oh, poor bastard.
Back here.
And one more...
Don't you run from us.
And also 1 more -1 for his resistance.
Yep. All right, now it's Androbot's turn.
He will jump in there and shoot his zappy gun.
Zappy gun.
You just hit.
You just hit.
-4? That's just enough to succeed.
Yep. Spang! Dr. Arcane.
Whoop, 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 whoop. I don't want to be on top of Androbot.
Why not?
Come on,
I'm sure
baby.
you're very lovely, but
Oh, I see. You don't swing that way.
Take me out for a dinner first.
I'll be here all week.
yeah,
You managed to miss, Eric.
it's dark.
Yeah.
Apparently doesn't have enough of a heat signature or is magic. Otherwise I'd be able to see it.
All right. Well, yeah.
Actually, what the hell am I doing? Never mind, I'll do it next.
If we get a chance to still get at it. It's going to get pretty far in the ground really quickly.
Yeah, well, except it leaves a tunnel behind it is the problem.
Let me double check this real quick. Dazed. What happens if you get dazed while you're dazed?
It's a good question.
You continue being dazed even more so?
Well, I'm
As
just
this
saying,
is,
there is
is in America.
well, there's a condition that says if you get, oh, never mind.
All right. Well, it realizes it's not going to get away from you guys at this point. So it's going to try shooting at Errant with its laser. Not its laser, its blaster. You are not heavily armored enough to merit the laser.
All right.
Sorry, you don't have impervious defenses, so the laser doesn't matter.
I do.
All right.
Well, not impervious.
All right, that just hits me.
Sweet.
All right,
Damage 10.
I make it.
You do?
All right.
My
My turn again?
You missed. It's 1 degree failure. It's damage 10. It's DC 25.
Oh, yeah. Duh. I'm getting so confused by the +10s and +15s. It's really weird.
Yeah, well, damage is plus 15. To hit is 10. All right, so Aaron, you're up.
Okay. I will strike the thing again. Fuck him. I'll get this guy eventually. It would help the other guys if the other two get hit.
Well, Eric completely blew the fuck out of one. That'll hit.
Yes. Okay, so that is only 1 degree of failure, so it's there's no additional penalty to the damage. Holy shit!
Ah! It should have kept running. Androbot!
Kabloo!
That'll hit. That's a failure, but nothing's...
Well, let's see. It's yeah, it's only 1 degree of failure, right?
Yep.
So -5.
It'll eventually go down. Dr. Arcane.
I'm going to snare it to keep the damn thing from moving. I'm just trying to look up how that works. Because... Okay, it's an alternate thing for my magic. It counts as being rank 4. You can restrain target with bonds, create power, range, cumulative affliction, execution, resisted by dodge, limited degree. So I guess it's just I just make an attack.
I believe that's correct, right, Nick?
You're doing an affliction
Yeah.
against a single target.
Yes.
Then it gets 1 resistance check.
So it just rolls. It doesn't. He doesn't have to roll to hit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So what's the DC of his thing?
Oh, and that's
Well, it's rank 4, so and it's resisted by dodge. So if it's rank
makes a
4,
dodge. You make an attack against this dodge first,
okay.
and then after that, it gets either a fortitude or a will.
Well, that sucks.
Well, you missed anyway. So
Beetlebot continues. Beetlebot goes back to the running away plan. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let me double check something on Burrow actually.
Is the tunnel collapsing behind it?
It
I mean,
might
that might
slowly-
be booty checking.
You know, people drive on the right-hand side here, and we're in a car-sized hole.
Oh, it's another nice day in Star City. Going to work. Ah!
Okay.
Put a tunnel down here.
So it basically starts backfilling in behind it at this point. It's not completely obscured, but it's going to slow you down.
Wait. I have move object. Can I keep it from backfilling?
On your turn, yes, you can start clearing it out of the way easily.
Okay.
I think that's awesome. So, Aaron, you're up.
All right, now. So how much will it slow us by to try and go through this?
It's difficult terrain, basically, so...
Okay, so not enough that I can actually get in range for this. So I will move as far forward as I can, which I guess is what, half movement?
Yeah.
Or? Okay. And then I will use... Pardon me. Here's what I'm going to do. I'll use my lance strike, in which the blade of my sword extends, and it can extend up to 30 feet. So...
You're in range.
Yep. So this is basically I don't get the benefit of multi-attack attack though. So
Okay.
so that hits, but it doesn't increase the toughness DC at all. So it fails by 1 degree.
Ah!
I'm slowly chipping away its stupid armor.
It is fairly well armored, so...
Well,
Androbot!
it used to be.
Yes.
I'll move there. And aim a beam gun.
You hit.
That'll hit.
So 23 DC. Yay!
I think that finally does it in.
Yeah, it's staggered again, and being staggered twice means it's incapacitated.
Yep. So it does the whole sort of smoke starts pouring out of it and sort of and collapses to the ground.
And Androbot looks and goes, "You have been exterminated. Ha 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 ha."
All right. So as you guys are sort of going, hey, we stopped that thing. You hear an explosion from the surface.
Uh-oh.
I guess I'm right there at the entrance. I guess I'll float up and see what happened.
You see the smoking remains of Beetlebot 1, having self-destructed.
I'll bugger that.
You suspect the other one's going to do that eventually.
We'll probably want to get out of the tunnel.
Yeah, eventually, boom, and you sort of see bits of smoke and stuff come pouring out. Yeah, this car is sort of slammed up against that building. And the civilians are robots. I forgot to move the civilians, actually. That was my bad.
That's actually where
Totally
they ran
missed
off to.
civilians,
though.
actually.
That's where they ran off to, basically. They went running off that way. And such.
And that's exactly where they're facing, just walking into walls.
I'm not going to bother rotating them. All right, so you defeated these two robots. There's a hole in the ground. Actually, I will say this to those of you who most of your characters, at least I know for a fact that both Errant and Dr. Arcane especially, is from Star City.
Yes.
During the rebuild after the battle between Baron von Toten and Archon, a lot of effort went into basically making the city structurally more robust so that it could actually stand up to super beings being in town. So like the ground, the pavement is reinforced so that people who are very big or very heavy, when they walk on it, they don't just break the sidewalk or the roads. So the fact that this thing actually was able to tunnel through this asphalt that quickly is actually kind of impressive. Just as a note.
All right.
The mayor's just going to come and see just the holes and shit in his floor. It's like, God damn it!
Well, alien invasion, what can you do? So, what are you guys doing at this point?
Oh. Assuming that the danger has passed now, I will turn to the man wearing...
For the time being, yes.
Yes, I will turn to the man in the metal suit and the man who is wearing metal, but it is not a suit. And I will introduce myself. And thank you for helping me with that. I haven't seen either of you around.
Oh, I'm back from a research trip in Germany. Seems to be longer than I thought. I'm Dr. Arcane. How are you? I will reach out my hand for shakings.
All right. He accepts the shake. I go by Errant. We're just gonna look at Androbot.
I am Androbot. I am more than human. I need to register.
Oh, that's what I was doing. We should do that. Yes, we should do that.
It's obvious that Androbot is not. Liam, it's obvious that Androbot is not a robot, right?
Yeah, pretty obvious.
Errant will kind of look at him for a little bit. And kind of shrug.
All right. Could everyone give me an intelligence check
Sure thing.
of some sort?
Just D20 plus
You're in
our
mod.
intelligence stat.
Yeah.
All right, so they both self-destructed.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm not very bright today.
Intellect, yeah?
Intelligence.
Intellect, yes.
Okay.
Oh, there you go. Dirt.
Amazing. 1, 4, and 5 the rolls.
Okay. Okay, Dr. Arcane, you are fairly certain that that's right. You were going to go register.
I should probably.
I'm actually going to point out in character. You should probably take care of that immediately. In fact,
Yes, insurance
it's
will
probably
be
a bad thing that you did this.
Fines from last time are more than a little annoying. I'll be back.
We were not here. You did not see us. We are like the wind. And I just walk off.
All right.
I didn't remember him.
Okay. Well, you two wander off and go register. That takes. It doesn't take that long because there's not like a huge line. It's like not like the DMV. You two walk in.
You see a guy in a blue skin-tight suit with antlers.
So you are basically shown in. You're eventually taken. Eric, you're dealt with first. You are shown into an office. There is a man wearing a black, very nice, very very well-tailored black suit with a white shirt, black tie. There's a pair of sunglasses, very expensive-looking sunglasses on his desk. He's got short white hair, and his eyes seem to be sort of golden-colored. And he looks up and says, "Oh, another. Please have a seat. I'm senior agent Donovan Smith. Welcome to the NSEA. I assume you're here to register."
Certainly. I'm Dr. Arcane. How does one go about doing this?
He pulls out a stack of paperwork and thumps it onto the desk in front of you.
Lovely.
I need 2 forms of valid ID. I need people to actually run the desk for this and not be on my plate. Sorry, that's just the fact that the office just opened, so.
I understand, sir.
There's not a lot of stuff you have to fill out, but there's a lot of information there. Take your time reading through it. What was that noise out there? Did you hear anything? I've not had any reports other than, some minor stuff going on.
Some sort of impact downtown. I'm sure it's been dealt with.
Yeah, all right. Well, had no calls. There's a report that there was some sort of altercation up Federal Street a ways, but it's been dealt with, and nobody seems to be hurt, so.
Well, that's good to know. I'm guessing with Intelligence 7, I should be able to breeze through the pamphlet. Yeah.
It all makes a lot of sense. The background doc covers everything that's in there, basically.
Okay, yeah. So I
basically, the only important bit is your decision whether you want to register an alternate identity or not.
Not making a secret about what my real name is. I'm also
That's
not advertising it, so.
That's fine. If you don't want to have to register as an alternate identity, that's perfectly fine. Okay. Then that actually that means that when you say that, he basically says, "Oh, that means that we can take out forms, this form, that form, and that form."
And add these 5.
No, he doesn't. It's just removing forms. Excellent. All right. That means all right. So just fill that out. Thank you. We'll have that entered into the database. Provisionally, you can do what you need to do. You'll be receiving, your official registration documentation in the mail within 2 to 3 business days.
Excellent.
Good luck, I guess.
Thank you, sir. And take care.
You as well.
I'm going back to the old Botland.
All right. So Androbot, you are shown into the same office. He looks up and says, how can I help you, sir? Please have a seat.
I am Androbot. I need to register.
He sighs, pinches the bridge of his nose. Of course you do. Reaches down, pulls out a stack of paper. I'll need 2 forms of valid legal ID, and just fill out the paperwork. Read through it, sign where indicated, provide whatever information is required. He looks at me and says, "No, I'm not going to ask. I don't want to know. I don't need to know. I'm not going to ask."
And Androbot just pulls out a flask, and you see like black tarry things, and it smells like motor oil, and he takes a swig. Do you care for a drink?
Not while on duty, thank you. Do you wish to register an alternate identity?
No.
Pulls out some paperwork.
Be necessary.
Then you don't have to fill out those forms. All right. Thank you for filling out the paperwork. Your official registration form will be mailed to you within 2 to 3 business days. But you can operate provisionally until then. Good luck and take care.
And with that, Androbot just stands up and walks out of the room.
All right. So as you guys are sort of, so did you wander off, Aaron, or did you just happen to stay in the same area?
I'm going to do all the follow up and stuff, considering I was the only one who was allowed to be there.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. As you're doing so, you notice that Dr. Arcane is wandering back out. It's about, half an hour, 45 minutes, an hour later, he's back out. You're finishing up sort of looking at the bits of robot.
Mm-hmm.
They are clearly very high tech. They are definitely robots. They were not. There was nothing living inside them.
Okay.
Now people have made androids and robots. You've never heard of anyone making insect robots.
Interesting. All right.
Dr. Arcane, as I said, shows up.
Okay. I'll greet him and go back to work. I'm going to try and I don't really have any special training in tech like this, but I will. I guess the best thing I could do is to try and do an investigation check.
Sure.
To see if anything stands out. So my investigation skill is +9, I want to say. I'll double check that. It's +8, okay. Shit. There we go. 25.
All right. So what are you trying to find out with your investigation?
Basically, I'm trying to see if there's anything that looks... Well, obviously, I mean, it's insect androids, but I'm looking for anything that looks like it could be used to identify the creator.
All right.
Any sort of...
Well, there's a bunch of labeling on a bunch of the various circuit boards and such, and basically a bunch of wiring and such. And it's in a script you've never seen before.
Okay. All right, I'll make a note of that. Actually, I think the easiest way to handle this would be to take out a cell phone and take a picture of it.
Okay, sure. What are you doing, Dr. Arcane?
Okay, so I do have the technology skills, so I'm going to see if I can't figure out, use that to figure out what technologies are running the damn thing, who may have manufactured it, standard forensic stuff, but not forensic.
Yeah.
Basically,
Boom!
wow.
You actually rolled 20, not D20.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Teaser. Although,
No.
All right, a 20. Not quite as awesome as the 32.
there's
Not
Android
quite as
bot
awesome as
stroll
32.
along.
In a bit, yes. All right, Eric. So you poke around a bit inside as Errant is taking cell phone pictures of stuff. While some of it looks similar to some technology you've seen here, there are bits in it that you have never seen anywhere in any of your research. Like, you're looking at like, what the hell is that thing? It's crystalline and it's got some it's what?
Interesting.
This is clearly where like a resistor would be, except it's some sort of like a transparent crystal.
Huh. Interesting. Okay. Also, the goggles I'm wearing have enhanced senses 5 on them, so I can. I don't imagine there are any heat signatures worth checking out because it's got infravision, but it also has detect magic and penetrate illusion on it. So if there's anything like that on there,
There is not.
okay,
No, these are purely technological.
gotcha.
Androbot, Arclight, you show up.
And I try and aid with this tech check, the investigation, trying to see where it came from, and
Yep.
It is.
It's a good roll. You guys are all sort of okay. After conferring a bit, assuming that you guys do, the logical conclusion, and I'll use the term that a little bit loosely, is that the big thing is that none of you recognize any of the technology here before. I mean, there's stuff that looks like similar to stuff you've seen before, but there are elements of that do not seem familiar to any of you. In anything you come across.
Well, it's obviously using principles that Professor Rottenbaum is working on parallel, but considerably more advanced than what he's been doing. And I have no idea what this thing is, and I hold up the crystal.
Honestly, to Errant, that honestly looks like a crystal, like like something you like put in a pendant or something. Not something you'd use in a technological piece of technological equipment.
Do either of us, any of us, see any source of power?
Oh yeah, there's definitely something that looks vaguely like you suspect is the battery, like a rechargeable battery type thing. It is much smaller than it probably should be to power something this size. But you're not 100% positive that basically you think it's the battery, but it's too small for something this size. Especially the kind of power output it was throwing out.
Mm.
All right, so Nick.
Hey.
So basically, Enrobot and Dr. Arcane looked over some of the technology because they both have the technology skill. Dr. Arcane's actually quite good at it. The technology seems a bit weird. Like, there are elements of it that definitely seem familiar, although more advanced. There are some bits in it that are not normal technology, that like nothing you've seen on this here, anywhere around here. More specifically, one of the things that that Dr. Arcane found was a crystal that was sort of in part of a circuit, basically part of a circuit as where a resistor would go, but it's a crystal and not actually like a normal resistor. Also, you finally found what you think is the battery for that was the battery for the robot. It seemed to have survived, but it's clearly too small to power something that big that's throwing out that much energy with the blaster cannons and stuff.
Well, you're Dr. Arcane, correct?
Yes.
Does it appear to be magical, the crystal?
No, unfortunately not. I may be able to learn something if it was. That would make sense.
At this point, you hear sirens actually driving off in the distance, off towards more towards the center of town, sort of off in the direction of Armstrong Park.
So they're actually approaching that direction or approaching from that direction?
They seem to be driving to that way, yes.
All right.
I suspect we'll find answers in that direction.
All right. Yeah, I'm going to mount up and follow the sirens.
All right, so you guys are going to head over towards Armstrong Park. Good.
Yep.
That was what the intelligence check was for, to see if you could remember that the noise and such seemed to be off in that direction.
Well, obviously I got distracted by the idea I needed to register.
That's perfectly reasonable.
I thought that what had landed was that, so...
Nope. All right, you guys arrive at the edge of the park, and there are cops there. They clearly are keeping citizens out. They see the three of you approaching. The sergeant in charge sort of pauses for a second, then sort of thinks about it and says, gestures you guys over.
Hello, officer. What do we have here?
Well, don't rightly know. We've had reports of a few large robotic insect things coming out of the park a while back that we sort of moved in to sort of secure things, and we did. But then we haven't seen anything for a little while. But then we've heard there were a few people who, civilians who went back to the park, and they came running back out from the park saying that there was something weird going on in there's something big and metallic. They were saying something about alien invaders and such over towards the memorial fountain, and the wading pool and fountain. And I was thinking about sending a few squads in, but if it's actually alien invader stuff, you people are better cut out for this sort of thing than we are.
All right.
Hey, it's Errant, right?
Yes. He's actually going to look pleased that somebody called him that.
Yep.
Memorial Fountain, you said.
Yes. You guys know roughly where that is. It's basically a big sort of like a wading pool with a fountain in the middle, surrounded by several trees and such, in a very nice little pattern.
Give me one moment. One of the alternate effects I have in my magic is actually remote sensing.
Ooh, okay.
So I'm going to take a look via that.
All right, then you can take a look at the map before we put the tokens over there. What you see over there, Eric, is the fountain in the middle of the thing has been smooshed under the weight of a very large, spacecraft. Is what it looks like, honestly. There are 4 robots standing around the craft, and nothing seems to be happening. They just sort of seem to be standing there, sort of, antennae twitching.
Loading map.
If you go, Armstrong Park, you can see what things look like.
Ooh.
Okay. Where is the map that I need to look at here?
Go to select map.
Yeah.
In the
Click
top
on it.
right-hand corner.
Top right-hand corner, and Armstrong Park.
Sometimes it does take a little while to load, but it will.
All right. Quick map, that's not helping.
So yeah, it's the upper right corner of the program. There's a little like a little globe symbol.
Ah, I see. Okay.
Click on that and then go to Armstrong Park.
It was hidden underneath my Skype thing.
Ah. Silly Skype.
This park is made of pentagrams.
There's no pentagram at all involved.
It's a septagram.
Uh-huh. I was about to say, there's no pentagram here.
Well, after the purple lightning stumps arcing all over his suit, he goes, "We have a craft in the middle of the fountain and 4 more of those beetle bots rated equidistant around it."
Does anything seem to
see
be
where
happening
you
with the
got
craft
it.
itself?
Is there anything happening with the craft itself?
It seems to be just sort of sitting there momentarily. It's at the moment. It seems the water seems to around it seems to be a bit like there's steam coming off the water still. You're guessing it was much hotter a while ago.
Well,
Seems to still be sitting there, possibly cooling down.
we better. I suggest that we take care of things before whoever came here decides to put the rest of their plans into action.
They did seem to be aggressive. Yes, that'd probably be the wise thing to do.
All right.
All right, so you can copy and paste your tokens onto the southern portion of the map.
I just realised this is the Fab Four.
It is. There are 4 beetles.
Exactly.
God damn it! Now I'm thinking of the Powerpuff Girls episode where they have the entire Beatles parody.
Yes.
We are the Beatles. No, we
Peter, where you
need
got
somebody.
that,
Help.
that thing?
Not just
I will
anybody.
take care of that for you. Just as an aside, Eric, you could, for future, if you just select the token, you can do Control-C to copy it and then Control-V to paste.
Ah, okay.
So that is what you see momentarily. As you guys arrive, the 4 robots sort of turn to face you. And as you approach closer, a ramp sort of descends from the front of the craft, opens from the front of the craft, and something comes striding down the ramp. You see what looks, honest for all the world, like the head of a praying mantis, walking bipedally in a suit of powered armor, carrying a large, what looks like a large rifle in 2 of its arms.
Okay. Then.
And it makes chittering noises.
I have no idea what it's saying.
Do we? No, we probably don't.
And it sort of gestures towards you all and sort of makes more cheering noises.
Okay. Well, I'm going to start rolling initiative.
Okay, you want to roll initiative? That's fine.
Speaking the Deutsch?
Sprachen Sie Deutsch?
Damn, I'm being all dodgy today.
There's initiative. Okay. Ooh, that's poopy. Wow, that really sucked. Yep, come here. There we go. And for you. Hey, how... Still not very good. Shocking! Errant is going before just about everybody. Sword. There we go. Well, with his actual initiative bonus.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah, Aaron's a space ninja.
He's got a +7.
Oops. Wow. I may be
teleported.
fast, but I don't move that fast.
Soon all the kids will want errant toys.
I'm actually over here. I don't mean to move 20 squares.
I was wondering where he moved off to. I happen to be looking away.
All right, so since it's my turn, I will just go into action immediately. I will go up to here, shield up, and I will actually begin by using my hammering blow.
Okay.
So this is actually a weaken effect. First I have to try and hit, and it's kind of inaccurate, so hopefully this will work. So that hits. So here's how it works. It's a weaken effect. That means that the beetle has to make a fortitude save. So this should be against a... Okay, just missed it by 1. So I believe that means that, yes. Okay, his fortitude, not his fortitude, his stamina goes down by 1.
Okay.
So that
reduces
means
armor.
it affects toughness
Yep.
and fortitude.
So toughness and fortitude are reduced. I forgot I had macros for these. All right. Well, there's a reason I kept doing the. Yeah. Okay. All right. So.
Let's see. So yeah, it's fortitude or will versus DC. Yep, I got that right. All right. Loses power points from the affected trait equal to the difference between the check and the DC up to a maximum of the weakened rank. Multiple failed resistance checks against a weakened effect are cumulative up to a maximum of the weakened rank, which for his ability is 12.
All right.
Lost points will return at a rate of one per round at the end of each of the target's turns.
Oh, so I'll get that back. Okay.
Yes. So, but for at least 1 round, his fortitude and toughness are reduced by 1.
All right.
Would have been more effective if he had rolled a little lower.
Yeah, I noticed. Dr. Arcane.
Whoop, 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 whoop. Bezorch, Beetlebot number 1.
Okay. Oh, jeez. That's a
That
crit.
should hit by a lot.
That's a critical.
That increases the effectiveness.
Well, he has 3 options, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. Let's see. Critical hit. One of them is, I believe, you can add an alternative, a secondary effect.
Can I just make it dead?
Well, you're going to do a lot of damage anyway.
All right, so you can either increase the difficulty resisting the attack's effect by +5. You can add in another effect, but its effective rank is 0, so the resistance DC is just the basic value. Can be anything the player can reasonably describe to justify a jump to the original effect. Or you go for an alternate effect, like the use of extra effort on a power stunt. Or power stunt.
If I had known I was going to roll a crit, probably would have flown over so I could shoot it into the alien officer. But, I think I'll just blow the hell out of the damn thing.
All right, so plus 5 DC. Ouch.
So that'll be DC rank of 32. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to make that. Oh, it's dead.
Well,
So
it's-
Dr.
Wow.
Arcane blows the thing to smithereens.
Wow.
remember, under the canopy.
Yeah, apparently you fired the canopy. You found the weak spot, Eric. Not an easy to hit weak spot, but you found it. The bolt of arcane energy slams into the carapace of the robot, and it just sort of shatters and falls apart and sort of falls to the ground.
Natural 20 followed by a natural 1.
Yeah.
I say.
The alien officer looks kind of horrified. It makes chittering, well, as near as you can tell, it's her antennae flop around, sort of wiggle around it. It makes angry, chittering, screeching noises, and levels its rifle at Dr. Arcane.
Amazing.
Wait, what?
You drew attention with that.
But why me?
Okay, it hits you.
Oh.
The shot is firing from its blast rifle. Let me just check my notes here. I didn't finish programming its macros completely, unfortunately. This is a... Oh, right, yeah. It's a DC 12, actually.
Okay, so it's just,
Sorry, not DC 12. It's damage 12, so DC 27.
oh, ow, okay.
Ooh.
Ow.
So that's failed by 10, which is, I believe, 2 categories, right, Nick?
That's 3.
3, ooh. So you're at -1 to your further toughness saves, and you are staggered, which means you are dazed, and you're at reduced speed, half speed.
Okay.
If you are staggered again, you are unconscious. Now, Eric, and everybody, one thing you should know is you all have have started the game with 1 hero point.
Okay.
What you can spend a hero... There are several things you can spend a hero point to do. One of them is to recover from all your injuries.
Okay.
So you can just sort of take a look in the rulebook on spending hero points, and you'll find the actual details. But let's see.
So, considering this guy has a +10 to hit and a damage 12 ability, we can assume he's kind of a bit tougher than each of us individually.
That is
Yeah.
correct, sir. One second here, just got to... Try to find the actual rules and hero points, just so we can go through this. All right, hero points. So the things you can do. You can edit a scene to grant your hero advantage by adding or changing certain details. For example, a hero is fighting a villain with plant-based powers in a scientific lab. You notice the villain may be weakened by defoliants, so you ask the GM if there are any chemicals in the lab you could throw together to create a defoliant. The Game Master requires a hero point to add that detail and says the right chemicals are close at hand. Now you have to use them. How much players allowed to edit circumstances up to the individual game masters, etc. Basically, you can't use it to undo stuff that were already done. Heroic feat. You can spend a hero point to gain the benefits of 1 rank of an advantage you don't already have until the end of your next turn. It's the advantage chapter. You must be capable of using the advantage. You cannot gain the benefits of fortune advantages or only other types. If the advantage has any prerequisites, you must have them in order to gain the benefits of advantage as a heroic feat. You can use it to re-roll any die roll you make and take the better of the 2 rolls. On a result of 1 through 10 on the second roll, add 10 to the result. On 11 or higher, it remains as is. So the re-roll is always a result of 11 to 20. basically. So you roll the d20,
Okay.
and if you roll less than 11, you add 10 to the result.
Hmm.
You must spend the hero point to improve the roll before the GM announces the outcome of your initial roll. You can use it to gain sudden inspiration in front of a hint, clue, or a bit of help. You can use it to attempt to counter the effects of another power, receive countering effects. Or you can spend a hero point to recover faster. Hero point allows you to immediately remove a dazed, fatigued, or stunned condition without taking an action. Among other things, this option allows you to use extra effort without suffering any fatigue. Spending a hero point allows you to recover. Also lets you convert an exhausted condition into a fatigue condition.
Okay.
So, since I hadn't explained hero points before, if you would like to use a hero point to re-roll your toughness test there, you may.
I think I may, because that was terrible.
All right, so if the d20 is less than a 10, we add 10 to the roll.
Mm-hmm.
It is. So it's actually a, wow, so it's a 33. You shrug it off completely.
Okay.
You don't think you can do that again, though?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I can't do that again.
And robot.
Beep boop. Shall I walk over here and kablamo Mr. Beetlebot 2
All right.
for
That will
20?
hit. So it's makes a toughness test. It will fail.
So that is, well, wait, let me see. That's 2 degrees of failure, right?
Yes, so dazed
Okay.
and...
-1.
So at the end of its turn, it will... Yep, okay. Now it's the robots' turns. Robots. The actual robots. Beetlebot 2 will attempt to use its claws on Errant there. Rawr!
Miss.
Yeah. Beetlebot 4 is going to lob a mortar shell over towards you guys.
Oh, good. Will this catch Beelbot too?
It's going to try not to.
It probably means no then.
So actually, nope. Trying to place it hits both of you and misses the Beetlebot is hard. There we go.
Look at that.
Boom!
Yay, I'm not hit.
Yeah, I can't catch. Actually, I think it misses Nick. Actually, now I'm looking at it. Damn it. God damn it. I think Nick. I think you're in a position where it can't help but hit both. If it wants to hit you, it has to hit the robot too. Actually, actually no. It can do this. I think. Yeah. There
Well,
we go.
it would have to have a. I'm assuming that its range would have to be pretty great in order to get it over there, though.
Yeah. It would have to lob it to there to do it. Which would be. Yeah, it can't do that. It doesn't have that kind of range.
So it can't get me. Yay!
Yeah, no, it can't. So it's gonna do a direct shot at Enderbot then.
As Dr. Arcane flies across the field.
Eric,
Sorry.
if you want to measure distance, there's an easier way. There's a if you look at the little tool things along the top there. There's one that's labeled that looks sort of like a ruler. You can click on that, and you can draw lines from.
Ah.
And you just click back to the one right to the right of it to go back to be able to move things around. So Beetlebot 4 will advance. Actually, I think it can do it from there now. But whatever, it's just going to directly shoot Enderbot. Blaster cannon, and it misses. That was 4. So 3 goes. 3 goes. It's going to shoot at Enderbot also, since it's hard to see Errant behind the other robot. Pew! Oh, that hits.
So what am I rolling here?
You're making a toughness test.
Toughness test. I can do that.
So D20 plus your toughness bonus. All right, you failed, but you only failed by I think 1 degree. Am I right, Nick?
It's damage 10, yes.
I have
so-
impervious toughness 6, though. What does that do?
Well, that doesn't cover it. It's
Oh, right.
basically anything, any damage 6 or less, you don't even have to roll for it.
Alright.
But since it's above that, you do.
So like normal handguns and such will go kerplink.
Mm-hmm.
Incidentally, the yeah. All right, so that's the same impervious level the robots have, incidentally. So you have -1 to your toughness tests for the rest of the fight, basically. Arclight.
Indeed.
Errant, you're up.
All right. Let's do this. I will do the same damn thing that I always do in order to damage shit. So, we need to... Honorable Assault, 1d20 plus 12. I guess the thing right in front of me. Well, I hit, but not by a whole lot. So, that is only 1 degree of failure, so no damage bonus. So it is only a 23 DC it has to go against, but it is still at -1.
Yep.
Well, okay then.
Ha!
Whatevs.
Dr. Arcane, you are up.
That was ouchy. It was exceptionally ouchy. I didn't like it very much, so I'm going to shoot our, you know what, I'm going to fly over here.
No, you have to click back on the other button to move.
God damn it.
You're on the measuring tool still, I think, Eric.
I am. There we
Whoosh.
go.
I can fly really fast. Screw it.
And we'll continue cleaning up the trash with Beetlebot 3 there.
Okay. That will hit exactly.
Perfect.
All right, so it makes a toughness test. It shrugs off your arcane blast this time. You're hitting it from the wrong angle, Eric.
Obviously.
But one is out. The alien officer goes. Doesn't want to move too far away from the ship for what I like to call fairly obvious reasons. And it will open up on Errant with its blaster rifle.
Miss.
Yep. You dodge out of the way. It's probably a good thing.
It's kind of what I rely on in order to survive.
Yeah. And robot.
I'll just continue wailing on Beetlebot 2, the bottom left one.
Okay.
With the gun that
That'll hit.
shoots.
You'll make a tough to save. It fails by a lot.
Wow.
I hit the wrong button. That was for the alien officer. That should be a minus. That should be lower than that. Should be a 10.
So that is versus 23, so that is
13.
That's 3 degrees.
3 degrees. So staggered and -1. All right. Ow. Beetlebot turns. Well, the Beetlebot will attempt to go back to trying to claw at Errant. Rawr.
That just hits me. No, wait. Oh, he's clawing at me? It misses. Okay.
Go!
My parry's higher than my dodge.
Ah.
Because I get in close combat, see?
Yeah. So you barely managed to catch those scything claws on the edge of your blade, and they look pretty freaking sharp.
All right, then.
Beetlebot 3. Well, actually, rawr!
Hey, wait a minute.
It rears up and uses its claws on Dr. Arcane.
That should actually hit my pathetic dodge of 6.
No, that misses.
Seriously?
Oh yeah, the DC
Oh,
for
yeah.
hitting you is 10 plus your dodge value. Remember?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it misses.
Yeah. So it's like, ah! And you're like, whatever, drift out of the way. You're not very good, are you? They're very advanced, but
Like Hedorn Warjacks.
yeah, basically, actually, it's gonna use it now. It's going to use its mortar. It's got plenty of range to do it now. There we go. There we go. That area, which is against Androbot and Errant. It is a sphere of damage 7.
Okay, so
It
makes
how
an
this
attack
works.
it makes an attack against each of us, or so. Is this the way? Fuck.
I'm
So
looking.
does it
I'm
make-
looking for it right now.
Right. Okay. So confusing.
It's one of those we've not used. So hang on a second. Let's see. What's it? It's called burst area. There we go. Let's check that.
Stupid space bugs.
Well, it's again something we have to learn. So
No. I'm just saying bugs are stupid for attacking us.
fair enough.
Because they're from space.
And bugs.
Yes.
I think I found the area here. There we go. I'm going to increase the size of this so it's easier to read. All right, so here's how it works. You make a dodge resistance check, DC 10 plus effect rank, to avoid some of the effect. Successful check reduces the area effect to half its normal rank against that target. So you need to make a dodge check at DC 10 plus, so DC 17.
I
dodge.
make it.
Okay, yep.
I make it.
All right, so you guys have to make a toughness test against DC. So it's plus half. It's half its effect. So DC 18.
Just made it. I missed by 1.
Yep. So you are at -1.
Yeah.
All right. Now we know how area effect powers work. Eric, you're up.
Yeah, they're kind of busted. You can't really resist them. Oh wait. How do evasions work in this game? Shit.
Do you have evasion?
Yes.
I think you actually reduced it to 0 then.
Yahoo!
The old dodge up your own asshole power.
Yes.
But you're in a crowded room that's only 10 feet across, and you dodged a fireball? Yes.
All right. Eric, it's your turn.
Sweet. I'll go back to what I do. So this guy's got a -1 still, so let's keep on hammering away at his ass. That sounded dirty. Multi-attack. 22 versus... Okay, that's 2 degrees, so the DC goes up by 2. So
Okay.
he has to make it against 25. Woohoo!
Ouch.
He was staggered already, so
Yeah, knocked his ass out.
so you manage to leap over his scything claws behind him and drive your sword directly into sort of the weak point in its back armor, and you hear sort of a shorting of power.
Sweet. Dr. Arcane.
It was very rude attacking me that way. I'm going to fly up above your reach and then shoot you.
Dr. Arkin, Dr.
That should still hit.
It does hit. So, he will make his toughness test. He fails by a fair bit, actually.
Yeah.
Because you are power 12, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
So that's 27, and he fails by 11.
Well, that's 3 degrees.
Yep, so he's staggered at -1. Alright, so let's
Cool.
use that for staggered. And just macro. Alright. So basically you see drive it flat down into the sort of stone lip around the pool and sort of split. You see the legs splay out and sort of gets back to its feet very shakily. The officer goes. He's a little bit less than happy about things at the moment.
Yeah, well, you know, one of those days.
All right. He is going to bust out his more accurate version of his gun. He basically takes time to aim, and basically some of the power is leached out into firing a small pulse off to start with sight with. So he's shooting at you, Nick.
All right.
So this is more accurate but less damaging.
Good. He misses anyway.
Yep. He does the insectoid equivalent of swearing under his breath as you dodge out of the way. And then
Goddamn fucking monkeys.
scoots back a bit towards his ship. Almost as if he realizes this might not be going as well as I'd hoped it would.
Away! I shall move. Yeah. And shoot Beetlebot 4.
Yep. That'll hit. So it'll make a toughness test. It's fine. Just fine.
Yeah, wow.
All right, the Beetlebots go. The staggered one will aim its guns, basically sort of arches back, sort of pick itself up off the ground. It's got up shakily, lowers its back legs a bit so it can aim up towards you, Eric, and fires its blaster cannon at you. Kaboom! Miss.
It's not like I'm hard to hit.
They aren't they're power level 8 baddies. I mean, is the thing.
Okay.
And they're more heavily invested in damage and toughness than accuracy and dodging.
Gotcha.
All right, Beetlebot 4 will open up on Androbot with his blaster cannon.
Wow.
I think it might have missed.
Apparently, it mistook Andrew Bot for a bush.
All right, Errant, you're up.
Okay, I'm going to try this again and see if it's any more effective. Okay, actually, I'll start making my way over here towards this guy, but I will go ahead and go back to my crossbow, and I believe that I should be able to catch everyone in the cone like this.
I believe you can, yeah.
So all of them have to make a dodge check. This time it's against DC 21.
All right, so Beetlebot 1, dodge check is... I forgot to put a dodge macro on for these guys, damn it. So Beetlebot.
Okay, so he will take the full.
Yep.
All right, so will he. And then officer. All right, so he will only take half. So now each of them makes a fortitude. So Beetlebots 3 and 4 have to make a fortitude against 21, and alien officer only has to make against DC 10.
Okay.
Just makes it. Fuck. Okay, 1 degree. Oh, just made it. All right, so Beetlebot 4 will take the first degree of failure, which is vulnerable. So that is, I believe, -2 to defenses.
Okay.
I will have to double check this, but I believe that that's it, and that's the extent of my turn. So, anyway, yeah.
Dr. Arcane.
Probably don't want the officer getting away, do we?
No, probably not.
All right, so I'm not going to be able to kill him with a single blast, so I'll try snaring him. His dodge is more than that.
No, it's not.
No, you hit
it's
by
10.
3.
Okay.
So what does he do now on snare?
Need to look that up. See if I can't find it.
Okay, here's how vulnerable works for the Beat-a-Bot 4. It's his active defenses are halved. So that means his dodge and parry go down to 3, I believe.
All right. So, okay. The target makes a dodge resistance check against your effect DC. 1 degree of failure leaves them hindered and vulnerable, while 2 results in target being defenseless and immobilized.
Okay.
So you have to make a dodge against your DC, which is what's the DC? What's the power ranks on your power?
The snare is not very good because it's a very expensive power to buy, and it's an alternate for magic. So I think the snare is only 4? Yeah, it's only rank 4.
All right. So he makes a dodge to.
Yeah, he's good.
All right. So yeah, he's like no. Yeah. Bans arcane energy, not good. All right. That's it for you.
Yep, that's all I can do.
All right, he's going to crack off a shot at you and then probably duck back into his ship. Zap! Yeah, that hits. So it's a damage 11 attack, so DC 26.
Man, I can't roll at all.
All right, you are stunned and -1. So it means you can only get 1 action next turn, basically.
Right.
And he's going to duck into his ship. Because he's like, screw this!
Bravely run away.
Well, there's actually a reason for this, but...
The bomb he left underneath the crust of the earth, obviously.
Androbot!
Kablamo! Not so much Kablamo.
Oh, that'll hit the robot.
Oh, it does actually, because he's halved, isn't it? Awesome.
He's not very dodgy. So, yeah. Tough this. Ah! Nothing. All right. Beetlebot 3 will attack Eric with his blaster cannon. That'll hit you.
Yes, it will.
Oh dear.
Make a toughness test. But you're -1, remember.
No, I'm not. That one missed me.
No, that wasn't attacking you.
He was attacking me.
Eric. Sorry, my bad. Dr. Arcane.
God damn it!
Dr. Arcane, my bad. God damn it, I'd have hit you. God damn it.
Wow, that still really sucks.
Yeah, that does, actually.
So that's 2 degrees of failure. Another. It's a further -1, but you're already
Stunned, so.
yeah. So yeah.
So you're like, oh, God. Beetlebot 4 will shoot at...
I need to add Greaves.
at Errant. Because what the hell? Yeah, of
So
course.
okay.
Yeah.
Dodgy bitch.
He's going to advance, though. Errant, you're up.
All right. Is the doorway closed up here?
Yes, it closed behind him.
Oh fuck.
He basically
All right.
ran up and hit the button like, no, close! Weak.
All right. Well, your active defenses are halved, so I can get some advantage from attacking you. So I'll move up there. And, all right, so yeah, I hit you. So, it's just going to be a DC 23 for damage.
All right, so it makes it tough to test.
Fuck.
Beetlebot 4 is like, yeah, bring it,
Yeah, I'm getting
bitches.
hit, but who cares?
Stupid robots.
Dr. Arcane.
I only get one action, which means I can either move or do something, right?
Yep. And you can take as many free actions as you like, but things like talking or what have you.
Right. Let's continue showcasing all the alternate shit I bought for magic. The Mystic Healing.
Okay. How does that work? I don't know.
Basically, I make a check of some sort, if I remember correctly. Healing. Do. You can heal damage conditions by touching a subject and taking an standard action to touch myself. To make a difficulty 10 healing check. Each degree of success heals one damage condition, starting with the subject's worst condition, working down.
Nice. Okay. Make a healing check then.
Do I add anything to this? Do I add my Arcana Gray skill?
No, you just add your healing skill, I think.
Which I don't have.
Oops.
Yeah, I'm going to have to fix that.
Yeah, that's fine.
12. I don't think that's any degrees of success, is it?
What's the DC 10?
Yeah, so that would be...
1 degree of success. You succeeded.
Hooray. I am still -1 to my resistance checks.
Yep.
Yeah, it's better than being all the other stuff, though.
All right.
Yeah, that's true.
Alien officer starts powering up his ship. You hear humming noises from the ship. The thing, various lights and such start glowing all over it. It's pretty, and you notice that like the water's beginning to sort of bubble underneath it. He's done. Androbot.
Can I back up one? Or
Absolutely.
I back up one and shoot him a gun at Beetlebot 4.
That'll hit. Hey, he failed one.
Hooray!
Yeah, so that is failed by 4, so that's just the -1. All right, so that is Androbot. Beetlebots. Number 3 will scuttle back a little bit and take another shot at Dr. Arcane. Blaster Cannon. That'll hit you.
Yep.
So DC 25.
I think I added wrong there.
I think you rolled a D29 as opposed to a D20.
There you go.
No, you're fine. You shrugged that one off. The blaster bolt thuds into your armor again, and sort of the runes flare and it sort of dissipates harmlessly. Beetlebot 4 will shift back 1 and try shooting at you, since you are a little bit easier to hit it with ranged attacks than in melee. He's attacking Errant.
All right.
Blaster Cannon! Not even close.
He accidentally hits Androbot with that.
Well, since he so kindly got out of the way, I'm going to run up here, and I'm going to actually use my hammering blow on the door of the ship.
Okay, go for it.
Now, here's how it happens. Weakening objects, it automatically succeeds.
Yep.
However, I've only got affects objects 2 in it, so it only decreases the stamina of the ship by 2.
Okay.
Tink!
Yeah. Well, a chunk of its toughness is in fact stamina. Not all armor.